This morning, I was looking at Newsbusters. That's where I write, by the way. But the story that interested me wasn't my story. It was by Clay Waters about a New York Times article about how offended liberals are by, get this, tiki bars. Are you kidding me? They were offended by tiki bars. Now, what could possibly be offensive about a tiki bar? I mean, if there was ever a place that represented just relaxation and peacefulness, it's got to be a tiki bar. I mean, who doesn't love a tiki bar? Well, now I guess liberals don't. But, I love tiki bars. There's nothing more peaceful and relaxing than just sitting at a nice tiki bar and having some drinks, enjoying life, everything's floating along. But no, the New York Times claimed that there's a dark side to tiki bars. You ready for this? Cultural appropriation of South Sea Island culture. Excuse me, can you tell me which group of South Sea Islanders made up the Mai Tai drink? It didn't exist. That's strictly in the United States. So I don't know where they get off with this cultural appropriation thing. And you know what? What's wrong with cultural appropriation? You go to an Italian restaurant and then eat there. That cultural appropriation. If you like sushi, you go to a sushi bar. Oh, you're culturally appropriating Japanese culture. How dare you? But anyway, the thing is I was thinking, if you saw me at or a liberal saw me at a tiki bar, not only would they be offended by me just being at a tiki bar, they would be offended by like I would probably be wearing a shirt like this. I usually wear these Hawaiian style shirts, flowery shirts or shirts with tropical motifs. Guess what? In the past half year, we found out that these flowery Hawaiian style shirt, they have a dark side. Liberals are now triggered by these flowery shirts because some group, I never even heard of them. I mean, I've never heard of this group before. Something called Boogaloo Boys wear them. So because some group, or maybe it's not even a group, just some people in a group wear Hawaiian shirts or Hawaiian style shirts, the left gets all triggered by Hawaiian shirts. It's unbelievable. I mean, what snowflakes have they become? So anyway, I was thinking, if they get triggered this easily by things, I mean, come on, tiki bars and Hawaiian style shirts. What else would make them? What else could they be triggered by? It's actually very easy to trigger them. So I'm thinking this morning, what could I come up with that would trigger liberals? So my first thought was, hey, wouldn't it be fun to make up a whole thing about underwear, that wearing underwear is somehow a symbol of hate? And I thought, you know what, even if I could get away with it, how do you know if somebody's wearing underwear or not? I know Esposito in Bananas said wear it on the outside so we can check, but that would never work. You would have liberals. They would feel guilty. Oh, I feel so guilty. I'm wearing underwear, but nobody knows I'm okay. So that wouldn't work. So I walked past the mirror, and I saw something, and my hat. I said, yes, perfect, my hat. Now there is one hat out there that has tremendous power over liberals. It makes them go out of their minds already, and that's, of course, the MAGA hat. If you wear a MAGA hat among liberals, it makes them, they lose their minds. They go complete TBS meltdowns. But I thought, why not a hat that's not so, it's not political at all? And it would be this. I call these Florida hats. Let me explain a little bit about this. I used to wear like your regular baseball hats or trucker hats. The problem is, in Florida, especially here, is with the sunlight, the sun is so strong, the back of my neck was constantly getting burnt, and believe it or not, I didn't want to be a redneck. I actually was anti-redneck. I didn't want my neck to be red, mainly for for the health reasons. So and that's why I have this. See this? You might call it a scraggly beard, but to me, it's natural sunblock. So I started looking around for hats with a wide brim, so the back of my neck would be protected and better protected in general. So first I tried cowboy hat. I don't know, that kind of, it just doesn't fit in with Florida, the Florida scene, can you imagine going to a tiki bar, for example, wearing a cowboy hat? Also, I toss my hats around, you don't want to crush a cowboy hat. It makes it look pretty lousy afterwards. Then I tried Panama hats. I didn't like that either. I don't know, maybe the brims weren't quite wide enough. So one day I'm at the flea market, and all of a sudden, I knew at that instant, that's the hat for me. It was this. Except the first one I got was a solid color. But I prefer the camo hat, the camo style hat. Now, one thing about these hats is now there's nothing remotely to do with politics about these hats. In fact, most of the people that wear them down here tend to be construction workers, because a lot of the times the hats come with big flaps on the back, so their necks are even better protected. And a lot of times what the construction workers do, they take the entire hat, flap, the whole thing, and they soak it in water, or even cold water, ice cold water, and then put it on. And that keeps them cool, or mostly cool, and protects them from the sun. But I don't know, I'm not into that hat flap thing. So what I do is, like this one for example, I got it, had a flap. First thing I did was just cut the flap off, and I got that. So that's my new mission now, is spread the word out that these hats, I call them the Florida hats, or whatever you want to call them, these hats with camo designs, they're symbols of hate. They're symbols of the right wing. Warning liberals, if you see somebody wearing it, they are haters. So I would love to see this happen. I'll know I've achieved success when I see articles like in the New York Times or something, says how a simple camo hat became a symbol of hate. Yeah, right along with the Hawaiian shirts and the tiki bars. It's so easy, So spread the word around. These hats are a symbol of hate. Oh, and by the way, now I'm reminded about it. I have actually two hats. I keep one in backup. And so, you know what? I think in a few weeks I'm going to go to the flea market, the swap shop, and pick up two more of these hats. Symbols of hate. Well, see you guys later.